Diablo 4. It's the weekend of Diablo 4. This weekend we're going to be spending our time in hell, fighting the demons from hell. Now it is open beta if you've pre-ordered or you order a chicken sandwich from KFC.
I've heard that.
Yep.
Wait, really?
It's not a bad deal.
It's not a bad deal at all.
Yeah. You remember when Taco Bell used to do like the Xbox and PlayStation box? Do they still do that?
I don't know.
That's a shame.
And Burger King. I got a lot of my games from Burger King. Like the Sneak King. Did you ever play that game?
I remember the go-kart game.
Yeah, it was like
The
Mario
go-kart.
Kart.
Yeah, the go-kart.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed that game too.
Yeah.
But then the Sneak King was you snuck around and then you put a hamburger.
That's the goofy king.
The king, yeah.
That's hilarious.
You snuck around and then you gave people a hamburger and they would get all surprised and you beat the level.
That's hilarious.
Sneak King. I remember that one.
It was kind of genius.
No, it was awesome. Like some of those games, because there was like 10 of them. Some of those games were great. Like the go-kart, the
racing,
the little
as the king and the
motorcycle.
little- yeah.
That was a really good game.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. It's true.
Well, Diablo 4 open beta. It's this weekend. Jordan has already jumped into a few hours of it. I, of course, tried to fire it up an hour before the show and had a 120-minute line
Long queue times.
queue to get in.
Long queue
So I was like,
times.
damn it, I'm not going to be able to play it. But from what I hear, there's no need to worry because Jordan is loving it. Jordan, tell us all about Diablo 4.
So far, what I've played, what they've showed me.
Let's pull some of that sweet, deathly gameplay up and say before we jump into, I do want to say thank you. Super Shocker just dropped 5 XoneBros memberships in chat. Thank you very much. The man, Super Shocker. Okay, sorry. Jordan.
All right. Jordan. So the open beta lets you play, I believe, the prologue and the first act up to level 25, which actually should get you quite a few hours getting up to 25. There's been a couple popular streamers been playing all day, and they're not 25 yet. Yeah. So you can get a lot of good gameplay out of this. But so that's all we're seeing right now. So we're just seeing basically the introductory of the game. We haven't seen the battle pass or if I don't know. Is there going to be an in-game store?
It's a Blizzard game.
So probably. so we haven't seen any of that. So none of that, can be. That's all. We'll wait till launch to see how that goes. But so far, really fun. Like the way the first cutscene, which is what we're watching right now. This is how the game opens up, which is basically the trailer we saw 4 years ago when Blizzard fake apologized to us. This was the trailer they showed right after that fake apology. Remember that? When they were like, we should do better. Here's a trailer.
Here's a trailer.
Yeah. And no one cared after that because this trailer was awesome. So anyway, this is the intro to the game, introducing you to Lilith, which is the is it protagonist? Is that the right word?
Sure.
For this game?
That is the correct word if it's the hero of the story.
If you're a
Or
lore
heroess.
person, you know Lilith and Inarius and stuff. But anyway, what's cool is that after this cutscene, it throws you right into your character. You're allowed to play 3 characters as of right now. Barbarian, which is what I usually always play.
Barbarian.
Sorcerer.
That's what I use.
Yeah. And what was the third one?
Rogue.
Rogue was the third one. So the ones that are locked for the beta, at least this beta, I don't know about the next beta that they're doing. You cannot play the Necromancer and you cannot play the Druid. And I know you're a big Necromancer fan too.
I
aren't you?
love the Necromancer.
Yeah.
I love that style.
So things they've done good. They've actually, I think, really improved their storytelling in this. Not like because Blizzard, generally does a good job telling stories, but like in a Diablo game, usually what would happen, and let's just talk about like Diablo 2 and 3 because this is number 4. We'll just kind of leave Diablo Immortal out of it for now.
Yeah.
So going back to Diablo 3 and even like 2, because we got resurrected, when you'd go into town, you'd be like, hey, Deckard, how's it going? And then just like speech bubbles would pop up. And then you might get very minimal, I wouldn't call them cutscenes, but like quick events that happen, like in Diablo 3 when the zombies kind of pop up in the building at the very beginning and stuff like that. In this one, like there's actual, and this may sound weird when I say it, but there's actual like in-game cutscenes, like not like Diablo 3 where you get a big cinematic cutscene between each act.
It's just seamless.
There's a part where I went in and I talked to these people, and what happened is the borders of the screen kind of panned out and the camera slowly zoomed in while they were talking. Like it was a very cinematic feel to it. It was still kind of in that isometric view, and then characters started walking and doing different things, and the camera slowly came down behind them, so you were kind of level with it. It was actually a really cool way to do an in-game cutscene for this style of game, and it immersed me.
That immersed me.
Yeah. No, it was really good.
I like that.
The way they tell their story and the ambiance, there's this one scene where stuff happens, and there's this dude dragging a body on a cart, like they used to do in those days,
Yeah. Bring out your dead bong.
Yeah. And he was like humming this tune while like walking with, and this was one of those cutscenes where the camera slowly pans down to like body level because the game is isometric, and just the ambiance, like they really nailed the feel and the art style of this game. Like the art style is by far my favorite part. I love the gritty tone of the game, and they're not afraid to be gritty and gross, and hell's not a nice place, and they're not afraid to show it.
That's true.
Let's be honest, in the Diablo games, heaven's not really that great of a place either.
Yeah.
It's cleaner.
It is cleaner, a little bit lighter up there.
Super Shark agrees with you in chat. He says he's played an hour. It's perfect. The camera changes from cutscene to third person and is amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool. It stays. It doesn't go to like these cinematic, these pre-rendered cutscenes. I mean, it may still do that throughout the game, right? I haven't gotten that far, but it stays. Real-time cutscenes? You know what I mean? It stays in that. It's really cool how they've really stepped up their storytelling, and it invests you. Like the way they introduce you to Lilith in this beginning cutscene, and then you do see her again during another cutscene. Very well done. Voice acting's really like this is Blizzard at their best. Storytelling, voice, like this is really good.
That's cool.
So the immersion for me, 10 out of 10. Really good.
Okay.
Storytelling, how
gameplay. Where'd you play this, on the PC?
I played this on the Xbox actually.
Okay.
So I pre-ordered this on the Xbox. It's another total W for Blizzard here. Cross save, cross progression, cross platform. I love it.
Yeah.
You go in to start, there's your friends list right there. If you're connected to your battle count, I saw a couple of my friends on World of Warcraft, and stuff like that playing. You can invite your friends from wherever they're at. This is the future of gaming, everybody.
It's here.
You got to do it like this nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better.
No, absolutely.
It's better for the health of your game, population-wise, and it's just convenient for people. You know what I mean? Like we have two cousins out in the old island of Hawaii. They don't have Xboxes. They don't sell Xboxes in Hawaii. I'm just kidding. They probably do.
Probably. They have electricity, man.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. Now they do. Yeah.
No, but what's great is they can play with us. You know what I mean? From the PC, we can all. I love how Xbox. We did it this week. I love how Xbox incorporated Discord, so it makes it easy doing all this crossplay with these games. Yeah. So total W to Blizzard. Crossplay, cross save, cross progression, all fantastic.
What's the limit in a Discord chat room? Do we know?
We haven't hit that.
Yeah, there is.
I think it's at least triple digits.
Well, yeah, it is. I've seen 120. Before.
Oh, geez, imagine that.
Yeah,
imagine that raid team.
Oh man,
so
that's when you start kicking people out.
But yeah, so story, really impressed, excited to see more. I think if you're a Diablo fan, the whole lore of Lilith and Inarius, really cool. So this will be exciting. Gameplay, it's a Diablo game. It's crunchy. It feels good. When you swing, at least when I'm a barbarian, when I swing my axe, it feels like I'm swinging and connecting. So one thing they did that I think is cool is their weapon system. So going back to Diablo 3, that's what we'll compare it a lot to. Even in Diablo Immortal, I guess, to a certain extent. So you let's say you're a barbarian. In my case, I want to use dual wield axes. I equip dual wield axes, right?
Yeah.
So how this game works is I have a section for my dual wield axes, and then I have a section for dual wielding, because it could be axes or swords or whatever, right? One-handed weapons. And then to the left of that, I have a slot for like a big old war hammer.
Sure.
And then to the right of that, I have a slot for a big old greatsword.
Okay.
And you're carrying all these weapons at once. So you don't have to constantly switch between them depending on what build you're going to. Depending on what skill you use, depends on what weapon your character pulls out. So there's certain skills that require dual wielding. There's certain skills that require, the hammer, the greatsword or whatever, which I think is really cool. One, it's a quality of life thing. Every time I want to, change to a different weapon. I don't have to. It's all skill based.
Yeah.
2, I think the combinations of builds can get real crazy because you can do some crazy speed dual wielding stuff and then switch over to another ability, and I think you can combine your skills really well because of how the weapon system works
in combos.
Yeah, which is kind of exciting to dive more into. And then on top of that, they have a weapon skill tree, and it's basically the more you use a weapon, it levels up, and then as that weapon levels up, I mean, these aren't exactly what it says, but plus X damage to this weapon when it gets to level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. You know what I mean? So you're incentivized, or you're not incentivized, but you're rewarded for playing what you like. I mean, yes, you can carry all the weapons at once, but if you're a straight dual wielding guy, then just use the dual wielding axes or swords or whatever, and you get rewarded and you level those up, and those give you perks for using them. So you're rewarded for playing how you want to play, which is good game design.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It looks amazing. Real quick, Famed Flea corrector just on Discord, it is 100, and I did confirm that. Famed Flea is correct. Also, Famed Flea in chat right now says he's watching the show with his oldest son, Grayson. He's super excited to catch you guys live. Hello, Grayson.
All right.
Welcome. Thank you, Famed Flea. Thank you, everybody in chat, for being here. Yeah, I like the idea that I don't have to pick a weapon, really.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me
Or
wrong.
a
Like
style
you're
of
still
weapon.
going to change out those weapons because like I destroyed a skeleton archer and he dropped a big axe that was better than the big axe that I had.
Yeah, you're still changing weapons,
yeah.
but what I'm saying is like style of weapon, so I don't have to choose between 100, 200.
Yeah, and I mean limited to where I'm at, right? I think I'm level 8 or 9, right? So very limited because we only played 2 hours, right? But I like the idea of using my dual wielding weapons and then hitting an ability where he pulls out his hammer and does that type. It's very.
For those of you that don't know, the three of us are in a weight loss competition, and this son of a bitch on screen is who
Jack. That's
I
what
wanna
I'm
look
playing.
like.
The barbarian.
Yeah, what the heck?
That's a barbarian.
Oh, we're looking at the character builder.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yo,
this is, to my
it's really
knowledge,
good.
this is
Look
the
at
first
that.
time in a Diablo game that you can actually customize your character.
Bro.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my biceps are almost there, but my gut, it's not even close.
I mean, it's not like
Mine's there. It's just hidden.
it's not like the most amazing customization ever, but you can make your character look different than what is, because usually in a Diablo game you pick barbarian and you play the pre-built barbarian, or sorcerer or whatever the class may be. So this one you can customize it a little bit and have some fun with it, which I think is really cool.
That is, I like
What
it.
I found interesting was the skill trees that you were talking about. It kind of looks like Path of Exile, or it's been influenced by Path of Exile.
So those are the regular skill trees.
Sure.
So there's the weapon skills, which you just, from what I can tell, you level them up by using them and you're rewarded for using them, which is great. The regular skill tree, it basically kind of goes in a zigzag line all the way down, and each time you get to, let's say, a node, it splits off into abilities, and then those abilities split off into, like, let's call them modifiers for those abilities, right? So, sorry, I'm saying right. I know you're... Oh, I can hear it.
You can hear it.
Well,
So-
I mean,
It's a drinking game.
every time Jordan says
Someone
right.
right now is hammered.
So as you level up or you spend points, you unlock new nodes, and that's how you kind of get your abilities. But the skill tree is really good. Now, there's the regular skill tree, and then there's the Paragon skill tree. Now, we can't access the Paragon skill tree in the beta because it's level 50 and we're locked to 25.
Yeah.
The Paragon skill tree, I would say, is more similar to Path of Exile, because that's where it's just spread of all these abilities. You kind of start at one place and just work your way out, and that's of course end game stuff. So we'll see how that works when we get there. But no, the skill tree is really fun. It's enjoyable. The game reminds me of like. So Diablo 3 wasn't a bad game, but it was definitely like different than its predecessor, especially when it comes to art style and stuff like that. This feels like the natural evolution to Diablo 2.
Yeah, I can give you a reason why.
Why?
Instantly. The music.
Oh, yeah.
The music
Yeah.
and, the voice acting is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I haven't played. I've watched a lot of streams throughout the day because I haven't had time. I've had to work. So I've had it on a separate monitor watching some of my favorite streamers stream it. The music is so
Really?
good.
Really?
Oh, my goodness. I love it. It's like Diablo 2 music, but if Diablo 2 had good speakers. Like, it's good. It's really...
If they weren't limited to that.
If they weren't limited to, 2001 technology.
Can we
is
see
so
an
good.
example of? Is there a place? So we're watching walkthrough here for those of you that are listening, and it looks really good. But I want to see an example of that third-person seamless cutscene. Is there one that comes up here?
Yeah, it's very
really quick?
close.
We can keep talking while.
Yeah.
While
Oh, so it's just
Well, it's not. It's actually not super close, but it's towards the beginning here.
Okay. Well, hopefully, if it doesn't pop up, I'll start scrubbing through the footage, David, and we'll pull it up. But I really like the atmosphere that this game provides. I
That's
think
the word I'm looking for. The atmosphere. Yeah.
The character. So every Diablo game has like an inventory system where you can put on rings, put on your gear.
Yeah.
It's a fully fledged RPG in that aspect where you can get better and better gear. I really like how your character is in this. I mean, it's like an evolution of Diablo 2, Jordan.
Yeah.
When you look at that character screen and you're no longer just like an avatar, but you're like a living, breathing machine.
Yeah.
On the right side. Well, you know what? I'll scrub through the footage, Jordan or David, so we can let's just see if we can see. Oh, he's going through settings. But I'm a huge fan of the atmosphere that this game provides. It's super good. It feels the music immerses me, and I'm not even playing. I'm just listening and watching someone else play. But I love the music of Diablo, the Diablo series music, and this it sounds.
I mean, it looks beautiful too. Look at
Yeah,
that.
well, what I like is I like the gritty tone of this art style and the darker game. Like Sanctuary, which is the world that this takes place in, sucks. And they're not afraid to let you know that this world sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
They're showing you that it
and,
sucks.
and what I mean by sucks is like it's a hard place to live, and they're not afraid to show that. And that's why some of these scenes, like there's a scene where let's just say a certain someone gets jumped.
Okay.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of like didn't see
But
that
that's
one.
what Diablo 2 had too. It was more gritty, I think, than the Diablo.
Yeah, I think,
3.
well, see, and I think a lot of that has to do with art style, and I know that's subjective, but going to Diablo 3, and I would even argue Diablo Immortal as well, their art style is more in line with, it's not the same, but I think it leans towards a more stylized, like a Warcraft, you know what I mean?
I like the fidelity of how you're playing your character. Your character feels a little bigger, or at least a little more detailed on this screen. And then when you pull up the character screen,
See, this is what I'm talking about.
it's really cool.
like the character avatar looks awesome.
yeah, it looks really good.
I mean,
detail of
the barbarian's just a big old muscle man, you know what I mean?
I love it. I know it takes up a good chunk of the screen, but you're in the menu anyways when you're going through that. So,
Yeah. So who cares?
So who cares? But yeah, did you see the lighting and the gear and everything in that? Looks phenomenal.
Yeah. So in Diablo 3 on the console, and I think they did add it to the PC, I'm not 100% sure, you're able to roll.
Oh, okay.
They got rid of the roll, and it's just like a dodge dash now. And from what I can tell, I believe you can dash through enemies, because there was a certain boss that I fought, and he swings his sword, and I basically kind of dodged through him to get away from it.
I'm laughing
But,
at Super Shark, who said Diablo 3 is Fortnite, Diablo 4 is 7, starring Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that's actually, yeah.
That's funny.
No, and I don't. I mean, Diablo. Like I said, Diablo 3 wasn't a bad game, but I don't think it was the best Diablo game. I think that probably goes to 2,
Diablo 2.
and I would
in
even
my
say and
opinion.
2 Resurrected, because Immortal was, it is what it is.
I agree with that.
So, but no, it's really fun so far.
Spicy's right, like the fidelity on that character
Yeah,
screen.
and he looks like
looks
a
so
badass.
good. Yeah.
Like, look at that guy. Oh, man. He looks like a badass.
Oh, another thing they added, which is new, is they added, well, at least in this way, I guess, is a renown system. Now, I can't remember, did they have some type of renown system in Diablo 3?
When you say renown system, what are you talking about?
Like a rep system, reputation.
I can't remember.
I can't remember. They may have added one during the season. We haven't played Diablo 3 in forever. But they added a renown system, and each zone on the map has its own specific renown. So, like, you can do, maybe they'll have something like, I'm not going to say this because I don't know if they do, but maybe they'll have something. There's the regular skill tree, by the way.
Pause that so you can see it.
Maybe they have something like dailies that you can do to kind of farm renown. As you gain your renown with certain factions, you'll get different rewards and stuff. So I like that little carrot on the stick. That's very MMO-esque.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I like that style. Not as like the main gameplay style, but I like something to grind for in addition to all these other features they have. But the world is really big. So
really big.
Yeah, I looked at the map and I was like, holy cow. Because it's all fog of war right now, except for where I'm at. But you can zone over it and it kind of does the borders because of each zone. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot to do.
There's a lot in this game, which will be really cool.
Is it, I didn't know, but the other Diablo games were procedurally generated every playthrough?
Well, I think the dungeons were. The overworld kind of stayed the same.
Not in Diablo 2. Every time you played it, it was different.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because it was,
I can't remember Diablo 3. I feel like Diablo 3 was the same.
I don't know how this one would work. I would venture to say probably not because of some of the online features that they have.
What are, like, explain.
So, public events.
Okay.
Stuff like, I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it is procedurally generated and they just kind of phase people together.
How the technology worked before, and a lot of speedrunners and everybody knew how it worked, but they had like a pool of tile types for the map, and then they just pieced themselves together, and that's how it was procedurally generated, randomly generated per playthrough. That could just be this on crack, and you could just have a tile of a public event tile.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it could be. I don't know exactly.
Wait, does that mean you're walking around and seeing other... Is this an MMO?
Yes and no.
Okay, explain yourself.
So, no, because it's not like World of Warcraft. I would put it on the same line as Destiny.
So there's like 15 people in any instance.
10 maybe more.
I mean, a lobby, essentially.
There's like when I got to the main city and past a certain quest line, I saw like Joe over here, and I was like, hey, he's level 6. All right, cool, And you saw all these people running around. No, I like that because I think it makes the world feel alive.
But not out in the actual world.
So out in the actual world, it's kind of
a dude just run up and crush the guys.
So
playing
this
right
like
now.
what we're looking at right now, you're in I would call it an instance. Like that's why I would compare it to Destiny, right? There's like an overworld zone. And then I think there's instances within that zone, like when you go into dungeons and caves and stuff like that.
Here's the
because,
yes,
and you guys have seen this during the trailer, they're not out yet, but I hear they're going to be out later this weekend. There's world bosses. And those world bosses, you need other players with you.
Okay, then I have a question for you.
All right.
One of my main reasons I liked the Diablo style game versus current MMOs, say ESO or Warcraft or anything, is in Diablo, when I killed people on that map, they were dead. They didn't reappear 15 seconds later as another group to come out, just like Destiny does. I like it when they don't do that. I like it when there's kind of a feeling of finality. They're dead until I turn off my computer and turn it back on and reloaded it. Then they're back in there. But it just made it feel more immersive to me.
That I don't know. I don't know if other players are just allocated to the cities.
See, that's
or if there are certain zones, because I do know, and I tend to think not. I think it's the other direction, because I do know that there is, let's call them public events for public events and world bosses. And
scares me because I don't like that in
there may be
games.
certain zones that are allocated to that and certain zones that are not. I don't know. The world is very big. So,
and if you have a lot of people, then obviously they're going to have to populate it with NPCs and enemies.
I remember them saying, I can't remember exactly what they said, but I remember at least reading there are going to be other players because they want the city to feel a little bit more alive, and you kind of get that by having other players walking around, but they don't want it to be overcrowded. So I assume they're going to find that sweet spot number.
Yeah, that sounds like the cities, though. And I'm okay with that. That's the tower. That's
all that stuff.
I think Path of Exile is that way, too.
Now,
that's fine.
Again, I don't know how the public event stuff is going to work or the world bosses, but I do know that in the world bosses, and you can even see from the trailers, there's many players out there. Not, I mean, many, maybe 10, I don't know. But there's more players out there. So as it works right now, it seemed really cool. So, and I do remember when I left the city, I didn't see any players. So maybe I was phased into my own section there. And then maybe there's just certain areas, certain zones where maybe there's public zones and private. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. We'll have to wait till more of the game comes out. But as it stands right now, I did not feel obstructed or immersion broken by other players.
Sure.
So, but I mean, we're still at the beginning. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, overall, I mean, it sounds good. I've only seen good things online as well, similar to what you're saying, Jordan. So it seems, granted, the auction house is not out yet. So we don't know.
So we don't have.
Well, what's funny is we were before the show.
Are they having an auction? I don't think they're having an auction house. Yeah, I don't think they're putting it in the auction. Yeah.
Well,
Season 2.
Before the show, we were coming up with the title of the show, or talking about the title of the show, and it's Jordan was like, "What's the title of the show? What do we get?"
The title of the show is, hold on one second, I'll bring it up. Diablo 4 Open Beta, First Impressions, Why You Shouldn't Be Worried.
And Jordan was like, "Well, I don't have enough yet. It's only to 25. They could screw it up after that."
Yeah.
It's Blizzard.
I don't know. Yeah, but from what I've played and what I'm gonna continue to play, like I want to play more of this game. It's fun. It feels like the next or the natural evolution of Diablo. It's really cool. I'm excited to play with friends. I like what they're doing. Do you want me to find that spot for you? So you can see that cutscene. We're getting close.
This?
It's after that.
Too far?
Yeah, I would like to
just
see
after that?
like the seamlessness.
After that.
Too far?
Okay, here it is. So go back. Okay, go back. Here we go. Okay, so if you're watching with us live, character just finished a quest. Those deer, by the way, are killable. Felt bad when I did it, but they die.
Well, look at the snow, though. It looks so good.
Can you harvest their meat and use,
No, but after this, I'll tell you there is okay, so here you go. You go into this tavern. Oh, this guy's doing exactly what I did. Got a bunch of crap, started selling it.
Yeah, sell it right away. First guy I see, I'm going to sell.
Yeah.
Sell to.
Amen.
Okay, so now he talks to this character, and it goes into this basically in-game cutscene. See how the camera's slowly moving in?
Yeah, that's cool.
Like what am I trying to say?
It's neat.
Yeah, it's neat. It's better. it tells the story better. And see, like your character's actually walking on it. You're not just standing there, and it's not just the speech bubbles. Like you're actually in a scene.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well,
So
it makes
now,
it
if you keep watching this scene, you can probably skip ahead. This is one of the scenes I was. Yeah, see now they're.
Oh, it's like a
Ooh,
montage.
Yeah, so skip ahead a little bit.
It's a party montage.
This is where I think they've upped their storytelling. This is the part I was talking about.
This is what you were talking about. Yeah.
So during this, you can see on the thing, this guy's humming a tune, and it's very ominous. You get these quotes that pop up, and as he's walking, and he's not in a rush, like it's meant to be a slow scene, right? As he's see how the camera's coming down, and like you're getting almost to ground level, like really cool,
Yeah.
especially for a Diablo game and this style of game.
Yeah.
Now I haven't played any like super deep into Path of Exile, so I don't know if they do stuff like this, and this isn't anything new, but from what I know or what I've seen, like this is really cool way to tell your story.
Yeah, irregardless, it works well.
Well,
So,
I feel like this is pushing this genre forward
yeah.
with even like this.
Just
telling this
storytelling,
story.
yeah. Now, hopefully, because I'm gonna want to go through this and enjoy it, for my barbarian and stuff. But once you start making the other characters, hopefully, there's quick ways to skip this stuff. First time playthrough, I think this is excellent. But also
we're
having
doing the seasons?
when you're doing a hardcore character, you just like so. But just and then look, and then it comes back up into like just a very, really cool direction with the story and the camera and how they're conveying that story to you. I just think it's so far it's very well done. I did pre-order the game. After playing what I played, I'm not disappointed that I pre-ordered the game.
So I haven't seen some headlines. I've not watched them, so it may just be clickbait. But I have seen that the $99 version gives you a huge advantage.
Well, so the advantage is I think there is going to be an auction house then.
You get the Sword of Truths.
Yeah, so the advantage is you get to play 4 days early. So
but you get that at $69 or at the normal game price.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a burger bet?
Because I bought the $69 one.
You don't get to play it 4 days early.
Oh, I see. This is just open beta. Okay,
yeah,
my bad.
like, the game comes out on a Wednesday. You play it that previous Saturday or something. What I mean? So, and that's why actually I think there is there is going to be an auction house. I don't know for sure. Maybe
because why? Why do you
because the advantage is if you get to play early, by the time the regular people come in, you could jack the price up of all the rare stuff on the auction. You know what I mean? Like it's
that is just the initial economy influx. After a week or two, that's going to that'll calm down.
Yeah.
There won't be an auction house in Diablo 4.
Oh, okay. But there's going to be some type of trading system, right?
Yes. We haven't settled on a specific trading system, but we have a philosophy for how trading works. This was...
You walk up to the player and hit trade.
So, I mean, I don't know if there's any other major advantage, but getting to play early, so therefore you're able to level up early and do all that, you have an advantage over those who play on day one. So
What,
you
in
can...
what manner of
So
advantage? This isn't PvP.
it will include microtransactions, but there's no trading house. I don't know what that means.
Wait, what's the micro?
I don't mean that. I don't know what that means.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, because
back
I think...
up.
Well, there's going to be the Blizzard store where they're going to probably sell cosmetics and stuff for now, right?
Are they going to do like XP boosts and stuff?
Who knows? That would suck.
Like, wait. Yeah. What are they?
Character boost to 60 or whatever, the 50. Whatever.
We Aspire. This is the director of it.
Which is Rod Ferguson.
Executive producer Alan
yeah.
Adham says, we aspire to generate more content at a higher cadence. So we've built out the team around that. So basically a live service game.
Oh, no, we know it's going to be live service.
Yeah. So I would imagine microtransactions similar. Hopefully,
Well, so there's going to be battle passes.
Of course.
Now, I know people are getting tired of the battle pass system.
Battle passes and microtransaction and $100 game.
Oh yeah, they're getting you on this one. Well, $100 if you want to play 4 days early, and let's be honest, a lot of people are going to play 4 days early.
So all Rod Ferguson replied in a tweet was no plans for an auction house. This was December 9th, 2022.
Yeah, so I know a lot of... And look, I haven't been following the game religiously. I've seen all the trailers and just some of the announcements. I'm excited for the game. But I know a lot
This is according to what looks like a wiki here. Diablo 4 will have trading, but it will be limited to certain types of items. Items like unique, legendary, and enchanted items cannot be traded, while almost everything else can be traded. So, can be traded: gold, gems, elixirs, common items, magic items, rare items. Can't be traded: quest items, premium currencies, items enchanted by occultists, unique items.
Oculus.
The good old Oculus.
The Oculus are crazy.
Unique items can't be. Legendary items, legendary aspects.
See, I was under the impression there was going to be an auction house, and that would be the advantage for 4 days early. But go to that article, see what they say, why it gives an advantage. I mean, I'm sure there's some type of advantage. Is that advantage game breaking? I don't know. We'll see.
Well, if there's no PvP, I'm having a hard time seeing what the advantage would be. Besides, you are now a level 30 and you've beaten the game.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if that comes to trading or
we'll have to look at it later.
So I don't know what specific features or what I don't know. So I mean, it could give an advantage, it could not. I don't know.
What engine is this game made on? This game looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's really good. I don't know.
They're using, for this cutscene, they're using the actual game engine, and it's not a like burned in, pre-rendered.
Can I say too? Can we talk about the $70 price point? Because a $70 price point, and you have microtransactions.
Yeah, and a battle pass. Yeah,
and you're being supported by a mobile game that's raked in hundreds of millions.
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, okay, let's back off a sec though as well before we get all mad, because I agree with you. I'm the one who brought that up.
Yeah,
if this game is really good, I'm going to be paying $70.
Yeah,
if this game is
but I just don't understand why it's the standard. I mean, I think Xbox has an incentive in making that the standard, because then it makes Game Pass more valuable, more worth it for them.
If this game was on Game Pass. Because I don't think this game's going to be on Game Pass.
Not until the acquisition goes through.
All we need to do is seal that acquisition, baby.
So to answer the question in chat, yeah, it's $70 everywhere, base game. And then there's an $80 version, and then there's a $100 version, and then there's $100 and something version that doesn't even come with the game.
The Ultimate Edition comes with a mount for Diablo 4, Wings of the Creator emote,
and then a bunch of other crap for the other
mount
games.
armor, premium season pass with 20 tiers, and a cosmetic item, 20 tier skips and a cosmetic item. Diablo 4.
So 20 tier skips is the battle pass.
Yeah. Cosmetic set, so you get a Umber Winged Darkness.
I like
Cosmetic
Umber.
set. Yeah. Amalgam of Rage, a World of Warcraft mount.
Okay, the one I think is I'm just gonna say this, and I'm sorry if this offends you. The incentive of buying the $100 games, you're gonna give me Diablo 3 Inarius Wings. Why am I gonna play Diablo 3 when Diablo 4 is out?
Or wait, what if it's the Inarius?
And why am I going to go back and go, oh, I'm so glad I got this Inarius Wings for Diablo 3?
It's actually the Inarius Wings from Diablo 3 that you can put into Diablo 4.
You're not the game. No. And the Inarius Murloc pet.
No, I'm pretty sure it's for Diablo 3.
I think you're wrong, Jordan.
No, look it up.
Burger.
That's just I will bet you a burger.
We got a burger going on.
I'm 100. I'm
There's
9.
no way.
Yeah.
There's no way
You're
that
thinking
they would
that because
do
you're
that.
like, that's stupid.
There's no way.
No, it's you get an item for Diablo 3.
No, you get a Diablo 3 item for Diablo 4.
Oh, my goodness. No, Jordan is right.
I told you it's stupid.
Look
like,
at
why?
this.
That's not an incentive.
Yeah. To get the Inarius Wings in Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls, you, in all caps, need to pre-purchase Diablo 4 on any platform.
And look, hey.
You link to your Battle.net.
No offense to the 9 people that are still going to be playing Diablo 3. None at all.
No offense to the teenagers.
But that's not an incentive. At least with World of Warcraft, it's like, oh, okay, you gave me a mountain. Wow, okay, I could use it, right? You know, but it
That's
makes
the dumbest
Yeah, it's
thing.
stupid.
I lost a burger because of how stupid that was.
I know.
Yeah, it's like, I was like, Jordan, you're an idiot.
I thought this was a gimme.
Like, no one's going to do that.
Guys-
No way. No, I want a second opinion. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, no.
I still don't believe that.
Hey guys, how can we charge them $100? Why don't we give them Diablo 3
You
crap?
have to look at Reddit. How do I get the Inarius Rings? You have to redeem them and the Inarius Murloc pet from your pre-order of Diablo 4. So when could you must have been able to pre-order this a while ago.
Look, I'm
That's how it's
I'm
worth
not
it.
saying that they're going to stop supporting Diablo 3, but it's definitely going to slow down. Like a lot of the focus is going to be on Diablo 4.
That is so stupid.
And from
You want to know how you just get people to move to Diablo 4? Just bring back the auction house in Diablo 3. and the people that don't move, you're going to be making money off the auction house anyways.
Yeah.
They're getting us though. Like every bucket of income, they're throwing that out there.
Every bucket. Yeah. And that's why I understand
Inflation.
God of War, for instance. The argument there, or some sort of single player, and you don't have to use God of War. You could use Hellblade.
Let's use God of War.
Yeah, but I understand a single player experience one time costing $70. Like saying, like, oh well, you know, development costs are coming. We're giving you bigger, better, badder.
I still
stuff.
don't. I still wouldn't give it that.
At least that there's an argument, but all the games that are doing
argument
it,
I disagree
like
with.
the one that led the charge was 2K. With NBA,
Yeah,
which now
and they make more money off
they
of-
make more money than
of,
ever before off their card packs.
Yeah.
Like that's the part. Like, show me your numbers. It's like the government. We need to raise taxes. Well, show me your numbers first. That's what these guys are doing. Show me where this money is going, and then I'll agree.
Well, no, look, because the big argument for a lot of it is like right now, inflation, right? Cost of living, the cost of everything's gone up, right? Especially here in America.
Gone up for us too.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's not just developers.
Yes. Yeah, games, right? So I get it. You have to pay your studios more. You got to pay. You know, I mean, it's there's a lot of money.
What are they feeding their developers? Eggs.
Yeah, those are expensive.
Yeah, eggs are
right
expensive.
now.
No, but what I'm saying is games, and then there's the argument that games now, because of all that, games now cost more to make than they did 10 years ago.
Yeah, which of course
I agree.
Of course they do.
I agree.
But they're also making more money than
they're
ever made
also
before.
making more money, and they have different avenues of making that money. And then, of course, you just use the example, which I will admit is an outlier, but you use the example of like Fortnite. You know, like free to play, and it's dominating a lot of these games. It is revenue.
Interesting. That's a great point. Actually, remember there was this thought that gaming's moving to free to play, especially when Fortnite first popped on the scene and just crushed it. Free to play is coming. No, it's not. It's actually not.
Well, not when they charge microtransaction, battle pass. What else they got?
Plus, in their library, they do have a technically free to play Diablo on their phone.
That makes more money than all their games
so
combined.
much money.
If they put a gem dungeon system in this game that you have to buy,
Now, from what I understand, and here's the hope, you know, fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, you know. they said they're not going to do that kind of stuff in this game. So we'll see how, basically, when you know the future of a game is season 3. Because season 1, they don't do anything to piss you off. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, this is amazing. Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
It's just cosmetics. Yeah, this battle pass is fantastic.
Yeah.
Season 2, you're like, oh, okay, you know, it's still good. It's not as good as number 1, but it's all right. And then season 3, they don't care anymore because they've already made back their money. So you just, the true test is season 3.
The true, okay, well,
Yeah, that's when we'll know.
I mean, in fairness, look at Halo stepped it up in season 3.
Yeah, so we're like,
That's the true
okay,
test.
yeah, we're getting
True
here.
test.
Yeah.
You're right.
All
I like where you're going. Super Shark says Diablo 3 still has 16,000 active players.
And that's fine. But I guarantee that number will cut in half in about a month because of this game.
Yes.
And I just think it's dumb to offer I don't know. I actually think it's kind of dumb that they offer stuff for their other games. I'd rather just have more stuff offered to me in the game that I'm buying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, it is kind of cool to have a Hearthstone card in Heroes of the Storm.
But
I get it.
they also gave up on Heroes of the Storm. You know?
They gave up on a lot.
So
Well, in sad news, Lance Reddick, Zavala,
yeah.
the voice actor, also John Wick, and a ton of other movies and TV shows, passed away. Today? Was it today? Passed away today.
I think it was today.
Yeah. So, of natural causes, he was only 60.
I know. That's
young.
I feel like that's what I said. I feel like that's really young.
That's young. Yeah. So, Black Knight in our Discord chat had he has a Destiny clan. They all went and paid their respects to Zavala.
Zavala the Tower.
Really
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So, I mean, unique
That's
voice.
a shame. Yeah, he was a good voice actor and a good actor.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, in other news, not to take that lightly, but this week we got Microsoft announced a 10-year deal with the world's largest third-party streaming company.
Nice.
And everybody, I mean, it seems like that's...
What company?
It is, one second, I'll tell you, Boosteroid. So
they are what? A
gaming streaming platform.
gaming streaming platform?
Yep, the largest third-party game stream platform. Obviously, this is tied to the Blizzard acquisition deal, showing, hey, this deal includes like all the Call of Duty games, particularly is what was noticed on this.
Yeah, did you see the Phil Spencer actually responded to it?
Yeah.
On Twitter, someone tweeted Microsoft signed a 10-year contract with, I think it was like Texas Tech or something like that, but it's the calculator company to put Call of Duty.
Texas Instruments?
Yeah, to put Call of Duty on the calculator, and there was like a thing of Call of Duty on the calculator, and Phil Spencer replied, and he says, "I'd play that game."
It was a joke. Yeah, it was just a meme.
Yeah, it was actually really funny.
Yeah. No, I mean, it all has to do with the Blizzard. We're coming to the final stages of this. It's about to be done and sealed, and they're doing their due diligence. Mm-hmm. Microsoft. The other thing is we're getting like the testimony and the written documents out from this is coming from the UK's side, but a publisher who publishes on a small publisher who publishes on both PlayStation and Xbox came out swinging at PlayStation, saying PlayStation buries small developers in their store and that you have to pay a lot of money to market to the top, and their games has stagnated there, whereas on Microsoft that's not the case. Microsoft has a smaller market share and they do better there.
They charge you less.
Yeah,
So they still charge you,
like,
but it's a little bit less.
Yeah, I made a video of this last week and I said, this is like watching the Kardashians. That's the point that we're at now. It's just this drama, and I think there's bitterness, and I think there's relationships that will be permanently severed. PlayStation, clearly. I've seen analysts, by the way, over the last couple weeks say that they think this is going to hurt. This deal actually hurt. PlayStation is terrified of this deal.
Well, yeah, because it's a good deal. I mean, I would be too if I was Sony.
So Sony has yet to accept terms. So they gave a 10-year deal to Nintendo for Call of Duty. They offered a deal to Sony for Call of Duty for 10 years, all same day, no content restricted, anything like that. The interesting thing that a lot of people are saying is now that the documents are coming out. Classified is not the right word, but
I like the term classified.
They're being declassified.
Yeah, there's a lot of redacted stuff in those gaming documents.
we're going to see what were the deals. Players are asking, what was the deals then? The content deals with Call of Duty. How much did they spend? What did it look like? And that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how well Call of Duty will do on Nintendo, but that's cool.
I'm jumping into those servers.
You remember they used to have
those are the servers I want to play
have, to be honest, I kind of hope they bring them back. But they used to have the terrible Wii versions where like you had to switch, like they were terrible. Like because it was all motion.
Madden?
Yeah, it was motion control stuff. They were terrible.
Like,
but now that I don't have that stuff anymore, I kind of want it back. Like you need that in your life a little bit. Hey, speaking of raising prices and games, this is how when Nintendo raises the price of games, then you know it's permanent. Because Nintendo's the one that got us to $60. Those jerks,
jerkwads.
Remember they just like did it, and then everybody was like, "Hey, Nintendo did it."
Yeah. The other big news for the week is we finally got a release date or Game Pass. Ghostwire Tokyo. It's coming out of exclusivity. Exciting. It's April 12th. It's coming to Game Pass, and it is dropping with DLC. That basically
we're getting like
the world.
Complete edition.
Yeah,
right?
That DLC is dropping also on PlayStation and PC the same day. So we're getting the full game. That's going to be interesting. That's Tenko Gameworks again, Hi-Fi Rush, which is like completely different.
Yeah, it's crazy to watch Hi-Fi Rush and then watch Ghostwire Tokyo, and you're like, these were made from the same studio.
Yeah,
those must be two very different lunchrooms.
Yeah,
you know.
Blake in chat says Steam turned down the deal because they have a good working relationship with Microsoft. This is the 10-year Call of Duty, and there was no need for a contract. And Joel Hawkins wants to ask, by the way, going back to Diablo here, are controls okay on console?
Oh, yeah, so Diablo, we talked about it a little bit. So I downloaded...
Stop the gameplay up that I've been watching.
Let's leave it up.
Leave it up, yeah. I decided, so I'll probably eventually get it for the PC too, because you know what? I can. Why not? You know?
Yeah.
But I picked the console this time because these games in particular lend themselves really well to the controller.
Yeah.
The top-down isometric Diablo style games.
100%
right? Torchlight, Diablo. I haven't played Path of Exile. Well, actually, no, I have. Yeah, Path of Exile does really well. And so right now we're watching it from a PC perspective. The console interface is a little bit different. They're both actually very similar because I think when we first got Diablo on the console, it was Diablo 3, and they initially designed it for the PC, and then they redesigned it for the console. Whereas I think when they began development on this, they knew like, hey, we're putting it on both, so let's just do kind of an interface that we don't have to change a ton for each version. So there are, like, for example, the health bar is pushed off to the left on the console, and it's more... other than that, it's really the same. The menus are essentially the same. The menus, you probably have an advantage on the PC because the mouse is just easy to kind of click what you want. But I'd give console controls 9 out of 10. I mean, it's definitely playable. The character and movement feels really good. I mean, that's where I think these games are they lend themselves well to the gamepad.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of that, does anybody in chat, I would be curious, play any Xbox games on their Series X or Series S with a mouse and keyboard? I was actually looking that up today. And, okay, can I tell you my problem?
Okay.
Here's the dilemma that I'm in. I'm unhappy with my office setup at the moment. Yes. I really like I hate clutter. I love the minimalist look, and my room slowly gets cluttered over time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at, can I put my Series X on my desktop, on my desk?
On the top of your desk.
On the top of my desk.
Yeah.
And then I already have a monitor that I can wheel over to my couch. No problem. I'm set up there. But could I and should I go mouse and keyboard for gameplay at the desk? And I'm thinking, I love strategy games, Civilization. Anno 1800 was just mentioned by Joel Hawkins. It's free to play week. I downloaded it to experience that this weekend because I'm very curious about Anno 1800. Crusader Kings 3 would be one that I would play. City Skylines, as it's coming out, mouse and keyboard. And I just don't know. I don't know. That's the way I want to go. I want to have it on my desktop. So the problem is I have a MacBook. Not a problem. Love it for work. But the Xbox, like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to get it the perfect setup in my office.
My feedback, I would go as a case-by-case basis.
Okay.
Some of those games you mentioned have different interfaces on their Xbox versions.
Yeah.
And if you are wanting to play with a mouse and keyboard, I would say 8.5 out of 10 times, the PC is probably going to be your best place for that. Just because the interface,
they rework it completely.
They rework some of it, and I would argue that the PC, since it's the natural place for mouse and keyboard, most of the time. There are some cases, but I would say case by case. So a lot of those real-time strategy games, I would play it on my PC.
Yeah, see, that's a case then where I do have my gaming PC, which I disconnected it when I went to this minimalist desk setup. I may need to figure out how to hide that bad boy.
Put it under your couch.
Yeah.
Just straight up put it under your couch and then have that connected to your mobile monitor, and just have I've seen some of your setups. Just have like a swingable thing over.
I could pull, because my graphics card has a USB-C out. I just USB-C it to my studio monitor and just switch it over whenever I want to PC gaming.
Although at the same time, I would say that if you're on a couch, a controller is the superior mode of input.
Well, but I'm thinking, because if I had my PC there, I could keep my Series X strictly for couch and take advantage of Game Pass for PC with these PC games.
Yeah.
Like Anno 1800.
See, it's a case by case basis. Like, I'm lucky enough to have on my left side of my desk, I have my TV for my Xbox. I can play either one in the same setup that I have. So, like Destiny, I prefer on PC. I prefer mouse and keyboard.
See, and that's what I got away with. On my desk, I have one monitor now. I may go back to two so that I could have, I could have a screen for my Xbox or something, or the PC.
So your dilemma is you want to play on mouse and keyboard, but you just can't right now in your life.
I just want to improve my options. Yeah, give me options so that I can, fire something up at lunch and I don't have to go move to the couch necessarily, or if I want to, or games that just play better for mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, so set up, you don't have to use it, but if it's underneath or behind and it's ventilated, put your PC back there. You won't ever see it.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Why not?
Maybe I'll put it in the wall.
Put it in like you're going to get upset and just smash it?
No, just, drill out some drywall.
You're going to drill out.
Right between
I respect that hard. That's hardcore.
Right between the studs. Slide it in there.
You're going to have to put it out the other side so it can breathe.
Have a hidden button that just bloop. How do I turn on your PC? Press the nose in that portrait.
That would be awesome. A secret PC gaming setup.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
See, that's what I want to go minimalist. Like, this is what all I want in my room that is visible to the eye. My desk, monitor, couch. That's it.
Well, you can hide the PC.
Yeah.
You can technically put the Xbox behind a monitor, hide that, and then you're set. Am I right? And then just have a wireless mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
For anything you do. I think that's a cool setup. Minimalist. Minimalistic.
I think Super Shark changed his name to Soup Shank. We must have said it wrong. I'm sure I said soup. But
no, I get you. And I think it's a case by case. Like Diablo. Let's talk about Diablo. I 100% prefer these style of games, these isometric games on a controller 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's just way too much work to just sit there and click. And
well, you can hold down the click.
No, well,
then your finger gets tired.
Yeah,
it becomes this whole thing.
You got to put Ben Gay on it after a couple hours.
Yeah, well, the problem I have with these style of games, and hopefully I don't ruin these style of games for people that enjoy it with what I'm about to say, but with a mouse and keyboard with these games where I'm click, 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 click for every direction they go, MOBAs are the same way. I feel like a controller, even though the controller is not necessarily supported on MOBAs, I feel like controllers are just better because you move the joystick one direction and you don't have to click 15 times.
It lends itself well, which is probably why it was an easy choice for Blizzard just to put it on the console, because it lends itself well.
So hold on, David. So when I click all that much, I have this vision of me being a lab rat. And I have these buttons in front of me, and it's like legendary item. I'm just sitting here pressing a button over and over and over, waiting for a legendary item, drop. And then it finally drops. I get that impression when I play with a mouse. I'm sitting there clicking, waiting for my legendary item. I don't get that with a controller.
Do you not hold it down when you move? Do you click everywhere? Are you a clicker?
I'm a hybrid.
Okay.
But I get that. Like. I have that vision in my head when I'm playing this game, and I don't like it. I don't like being considered a lab rat. That like Blizzard is testing me on how much I'm going to click until I get the item that I want.
Do you do less clicking in Destiny then?
So Destiny, I mean, the idea is the same, but I don't feel like I'm a lab rat. I'm actually. It's a first person shooter. I'm clicking the guns.
You're clicking to destroy things.
Yeah. Whereas I don't know what it's about, but the isometric view, I'm not clicking and shooting. I'm clicking and walking. That change is very important to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
So a controller it feels like I'm playing a game instead of a lab rat. Because if you think about it, that's what these games are.
Yeah. If anybody has like great ideas for minimalist desk setups, so. Specifically, I'm going to give you some specific parameters. MacBook Pro with a studio display / Xbox setup. That's what I need to go to. I guess I could just fire up my gaming PC again, though.
Yeah. Put it under your couch. Or into the wall. Or just plug it in somewhere.
Under my treadmill.
Put it in the bathroom.
Linus Tech Tips built his computer into a desk.
Smart man.
I think he's actually made one in a fish tank.
Yeah, I know. I think he's making one in like an old sign. So it's possible.
Anything's possible, David.
Well, you can do it.
I think it was Linus Tech Tips that did the used his swimming pool as a coolant.
Yeah, yeah, it is. He was like, I have solar, I have a server room, and I have a pool.
So he has
this huge tube. Yeah,
he spent so much money, but he put the coils through his pool to heat the pool and to cool off the server.
That's hilarious.
Server, yeah. That's hardcore, David. Anything's possible.
You can do it.
I want to get to that point.
And I think he did it with like a Raspberry Pi, basically. Is how he, one of those,
Oh, see, if I was a billionaire, I'd have such a cool gaming room.
If I was a billionaire, I can guarantee you my prototype would be the Enterprise holodeck. I wonder if Gabe has a holodeck.
Have you guys seen laser TVs?
Gabe Newell, yeah,
have you seen laser TVs?
I'm gonna just over
real lasers.
Laser TV. What do you
mean?
Laser
type in laser TV. It's the new thing.
Laser TV.
Well, I mean, I can do that too. Have you seen the TV from China that you can kick?
No. Go to YouTube.
It's a real thing.
No, just go to YouTube.
It's a kickable TV. Yeah,
it's on YouTube.
Yeah, go to YouTube. There's a bunch of laser TV review.
Laser TV review.
Yeah. So think of a projector that is pretty close to the wall, but it's a laser TV. It's lasers that jump out, and the fidelity. People are saying, "I'll never go back to normal TVs."
Wait, is there that's
the fidelity?
Is there a screen?
Yeah, it's a screen.
Okay, so you can't just stick your hand in there.
No, but it's
laser.
Yeah, but I mean, the screen is cheap. It's like an old projector.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving along. Okay.
Oh, look how good that looks.
Well, I mean, you can't tell because of YouTube.
You can't tell
it looks
how good that looks.
Yeah.
That looks like...
it's on YouTube. How many times has that been compressed?
Yeah, I don't know how you can tell,
look how good that looks.
That's purple.
No,
particle
what I'm saying is
it's like when the game trailers are like, look at the old 30 frames, now look at 60 frames, and it doesn't matter because if your thing doesn't, you know what I mean? That's what.
If it were a projector, it would be dull. Like you would be able to. Yeah, that's a crappy projector.
This sounds like an 80s commercial where you're like laser disc.
Yeah.
Like ultimate fidelity.
All I'm saying is laser TVs.
Yeah. But can you kick that TV
They're
like
huge.
the one from China?
No, fast forward it. Watch these things. It's
like how far do you want?
Did he make it himself?
That's it. That's the like quote unquote projector.
Oh, it's on the so it's shooting up.
It's shooting up. Yeah, it's lasers though. Lasers, baby.
Lasers.
Lasers. Then you size it, and
seems like a lot of work.
I don't understand the difference between, and I may be stupid.
That's a good
But I don't
possibility.
understand the difference between this and just having the projector mounted on your ceiling.
Because it's not a.
But it has
not a
lasers, Jordan.
I think it has to be close to the screen for fidelity reasons.
But no, I have internet coming as a laser, technically fiber. It can go the distance. We're getting light from the sun, billions of miles.
That's not a laser. That's just light, right? Are light and laser the same thing?
Well, there's more light, so they're related. If that's what you're getting
Well,
at.
I mean, a lot of stuff's related. Doesn't mean they're the same.
Lasers are light, but not all light are lasers. If that's what you're asking.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So lasers are in the light family.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't understand why David's saying it can only go 2.5 feet. Light lasers can only go 2.5 feet.
That's just how all the laser TVs that I've seen have worked. Look how good that looks.
You
How
can't
can you tell
tell.
that looks good? I'm looking at I guess the viewing angle's good. He keeps showing the viewing angle.
No, it's not dull, is what I'm saying. Look, that's gaming. Yes, now we're talking. Maybe I'll go this way.
Gaming at the speed of light.
Maybe I'll go this route. Then I don't need a freaking.
Oh,
I
so
need
it's
that
just
thing
a
on my
different
desk.
style of projector. I see how it works because they had the projection up top. Okay. Yeah, but how much is
Look
it?
how good that looks.
Yeah, you can't tell though.
I can tell. That looks better than any projector I've ever seen.
Have you seen
maybe
the?
Maybe that's
have
my
you
answer.
seen-
Maybe I
have you
put that, and on the
have
wall
you
behind
seen-
me,
have
the
you
wall
seen
behind
the-
my thing is my.
Yeah, but hey,
monitor.
have you seen the new 4K projectors that are like?
or 8K projectors.
Do they shoot lasers at the wall?
Well, no, but they're the price of your car.
Yeah, well, this isn't. So what do I? That's
Well, then it's
Well,
obviously
then
not
this
as
is
good.
obviously inferior.
Yeah.
Because it's not as expensive.
yeah, and this is the cheap one because it's Hisense.
Yeah, it's not even brand name.
This is show me an LG one.
But
baby.
David, that thing on that's huge. That's
almost as big as
my
the
PlayStation.
It's also almost as big as the Xbox One.
Like that's huge.
It's almost as big as my PlayStation. Yeah, so why doesn't the PlayStation just build in laser?
Look, he had to put reinforcing on his stand to hold it. Apparently,
No, he's lowering it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's huge.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that on my desk. That's what I'm gonna
wow,
do.
that is big. Like, look
changing
at
it.
him stand next to it.
It's not that big.
What's the fan sound on like
Look,
that?
that's like
thing?
that is
It
like
sounds
the
like
same
this.
size of a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, well, that thing cranks up the fan.
It's like well, I mean, when you're firing lasers at the wall.
Actually, would lasers be relatively cool?
Lasers are cool. If I've learned
No,
anything
I meant cool as in
from like
temperature.
a lot of 80s action movies, lasers are cool.
Yeah, look at
or
that.
would they be hot?
Well, okay. The lasers themselves depends, but the machines producing the lasers will require cooling.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my feedback. David, lasers are cool.
Yes, they are. That's why I'm saying I've been looking into these lately. Anyways, all right.
You know that there's projectors that do this too. They just don't
projectors suck.
Yeah.
But this is a projector.
Have
That's
you
what
seen
we're
the
telling
new?
you.
So okay, you bought a projector
No.
in 2008
This is a laser
at Best
TV.
Buy on sale. That cannot be your data point for all
No,
projectors.
every projector I've been has been in a windowless dark room. I don't want that. I want the option. Look at his lights are on, and look how good that looks.
You
Yeah.
can't tell
But
though.
his lights are like 40 watts. This is not outside. We can't tell the lumens from some guy's camcorder in his living room.
No, I'm telling you. I bet you this is what IMAX uses.
It's got to be. They got to use lasers. If I was a
Look at that
billionaire,
explosion.
my projector
Yeah,
would have
what-
lasers.
What kind of projectors? I mean, I guess is it just called an IMAX projector?
It's called a laser projector.
No, because IMAX is a camera.
Yeah, but I know it's a camera,
And it's camera.
but to
and
get the full IMAX.
Yeah, and it's at
feel.
a different resolution. No, well,
But
I
no,
mean,
so
IMAX
is it like
just a brand.
for example, if you have a Blu-ray, it needs to be played on a Blu-ray player. You know what I mean? IMAX camera, does it need to be played on an IMAX
so you're saying-
projector at the movie theater?
No, because this is basically a visual conversion of the whatever you're playing.
Super bright.
Holy cow!
They're $50,000 for a movie theater projector.
Why don't you just get that? If you're a billionaire,
I would if I was a billionaire.
Are you telling me that's how much it costs to like open a movie theater?
just 50 grand.
Have you been in a movie theater? Then all the soundproof stuff. I'm sure the structure is the expensive part.
Yeah, the building.
But no, the building's a big square. Like there's no. Like,
I believe I believe a lot more goes into it than what you're thinking, Jordan.
Yeah,
it's
because
just, all you need is a wall. Look at
because
look at the drive-in.
You've got side
just got
by
it all-
side walls with incredible sound systems.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want that
building.
bleeding over.
The soundproof stuff's probably expensive. The building is just a big square.
Yes, but you're not talking about the science behind the lights. You're not talking about the science behind the audio.
Off.
No, like
The lights? What do you mean off?
You need to light a room. You need to light a room.
I think the maitre d' guy just hits the off switch on the way out.
You need to light a room that will allow people to go use the pisser
There's no lights.
and
There's
not
just-
trip on themselves
there's
while
an
a
old-
movie is
No,
playing.
there's only an old guy with a flashlight.
Yeah.
That was how they did in the old days.
The cone.
Yeah. No, but also the sound design is very crucial in a movie theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
see?
lot more that goes into a
Well, yeah,
movie
it
The
just-
room
theater
is
than
fully sound treated.
You just put up the foam pads.
$50,000 and a refrigerator box.
That's all it is. That's all it is. All right, let's get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Diablo 4 this weekend. We'll have our full review next week. Stay tuned for that. Have a great week, everybody. Yeah.
Never mind.
Go ahead. What?
Well, I was just going to say, whenever I go to the bathroom at the movie theater, the toilets shake. So the soundproof's not that great.
You know what they should do? Okay,
Well, if the toilet's
wait,
shaking, you
if
can't
I'm-
hear it, then yes, the sound
If I'm a
is working.
billionaire and I start my own movie theater, each theater is going to have its own attached bathroom, so that when you go in there, there's TVs over the stalls, so you don't miss anything,
That would be nice.
and sound plugged into it.
Genius.
X1 the theater coming soon. See you guys. Have a
See
good
you,
one.
everybody.